So y'all said y'all wanted more stories about what it was like growing up being the youngest of 36 children. And calm down if you're new here. Yes, you heard me correctly. I am the youngest of 36 children born to my father. So let's get into it. If you haven't watched part one, I strongly suggest you go do that, get caught up, and come back. Because, baby, this tea about to get hot. Living arrangements. Now listen, I don't even know how to explain this to y'all without it being extremely confusing. So just do your best to keep up, okay? So growing up, there was a main house. This is where I lived. This is where my mother lived. And there was another woman who lived there that we grew up thinking was our sister. That's a whole nother story, a whole nother rabbit hole. Maybe I'll tell y'all that one day. Beg me to tell you about that. Anywho, back to the topic at hand. So there was the main house, and then there was the garage. And my father had turned that garage into a music studio / apartment. For those of y'all who know or don't know, my father was a famous musician. And that is a story again for another day. But he turned this garage into his apartment, and this is where he spent most of his time. Now in the main house, I was there, my mother was there, and this other woman is there. We're gonna have to end up giving her some sort of alias name. We'll figure that out as we go. Anyway, she was there. There was also this bit of a revolving door. So many of my brothers and sisters would come and go and stay and go. And there was a camper that my father had put in the backyard. And this was a camper that we had traveled all over the country in while he was touring during some of his, touring years. So that camper was parked in the backyard, and several of my brothers would live there from time to time, in and out, kind of revolving. I had another sister who lived in the house sometimes. Her mother also lived in the house sometimes. Her mother had some mental health challenges, and so she would stay there if needed. Okay, so this was all moving around, and this was also a house where many of the famous musicians from that era used to come and jam and stay and and record and all of that. So all of this is going on in this house. You can only imagine the chaos. Now, a couple miles up the road, my father had another house. And in that house lived one of his first wives and some of their children. So these are some of my older brothers and sisters. Now, my father never lived there, but they were about 2 miles away. About a mile up the road in another direction, another one of my brothers lived in an apartment with his mother and his stepfather. So during holidays, we would all get together in the main house, and all of the baby mamas and the women and the children and all of the things. And my father, in all of his tyrannical glory, used to just walk around and let the whole world just revolve around him. And somehow was oblivious to the chaos or the puppet master of it. Either way, he was living his best life. Many of us were not. Where y'all want to go next? Let me know in the comments section.